Good afternoon, everyone. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites. This is August 8th, 2021. Our topic for the day is eyes, E-Y-E-S, and they can be a serious problem. I recommend that when you're taking your bath that you really don't do your hair unless you can keep the water out of your eyes and be guaranteed to keep the water out of your eyes. I know from firsthand that that water from your hair, which can be contaminated with parasites, can get down into the eyes and be a super highway for them to get right into your eyes. And it is frustrating. I never had it really serious. It got to the point for me that I had floaters the size of Mack trucks, and it was quite concerning for a while. And in time, it did go away, although I was fearful that it would never go away. Of course, it's always like that when you're in the midst of things. You think, oh my God, it's going to get worse. It's never going to go away. But it did go away, and my eyes came normal. And floaters are something that you can always see. I mean, all you got to do is stop and think about them and look for them. You'll find them. But these floaters, they just came in on their own. With me today, I have Megan, who is one of our newer coaches, and she has quite extensive experience with the parasites in her eyes, far more extensive than I have. So I've asked her to share her experience about how she, well, Megan, you can start off a little history about how you got into the program, when your eyesight became a problem, and how you dealt with it. It's all yours.
All right. For anyone that doesn't know me yet, back in the testimonial videos on YouTube, you can check out my story there, but I suppose I'll give you a little bit of background. I have had Morgellons now for about 7 years. I had no idea that I was even infected up until about 2.5 years ago. I had some very serious eye issues already occurring before I knew I had parasites. I could no longer wear contacts. They would fall right out of my eye, and my eyes were always itching. But eventually, I learned the hard way that I did have parasites everywhere and in my eyes. I woke up one of the first mornings after realizing I had parasites with my eyes completely shut. I mean, they were swollen to the point where I could no longer open them. And I had no idea what to do. My boyfriend rushed me to the ER, and of course, you know, they're telling me it's conjunctivitis, that there are no bugs and they don't, you know, see anything moving in my eyes. So that's kind of how it started for me. I was able to get a lot of that off my eyelids and my eyelashes just by, you know, using debriding soap for probably about a month before I could open my eyes. And then after that, I ended up getting them back in my eyes, and I went completely blind without my eyes being swollen shut.
May I interrupt you for a moment? You said you were cleaning your eyes with the debriding soap. Could you give us the details, how you cleaned your eyes, what concentration, how often you cleaned your eyes?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I wasn't cleaning the inside of my eyes because at this point, the problem was on top of my eyelids and underneath my eyes. I couldn't open my eyes at all because they were so swollen. So what I did is I, you know, found Richard and I purchased some debriding soap, and I just started vigorously washing my face with the soap bars. Probably twice a day I had to do that. My eyes began opening up, you know, little bit by little bit. That's how I solved that problem. But
so you washed your eyes with a diluted Nature's Gift?
Yeah, that or like a soap bar.
Okay. All right.
Another thing that helps me a lot along the way as far as swelling around the eyes goes is like lactic acid lotion. I would apply that, every day, and as time went on, I'm realizing it's working. I started applying it more and, of course, washing my face more. The swelling will go away if you keep at it. But then I ended up having a whole new eye problem where, like Richard said, I started getting the floaters, and it got even worse inside my eyelashes. It felt like Demodex mites almost is what I thought it was. And I'm constantly washing my face still, doing everything that worked, and that wasn't enough. I ended up contacting Robin, who told me to use colloidal silver drops. Now, technically, these aren't supposed to be, used in your eyes, so I was a little hesitant. My doctor's telling me, don't put that in your eyes. It's not good for you. But, at this point, the floaters were so big, I could barely see an inch in front of me, so I had to do something. And I went ahead and I bought colloidal silver 500 ppm. And I started, putting it in my eyes every 20 minutes like she had suggested. And within 72 hours, months of these floaters in my eyes were just gone. After that, I, continued to use it in my eyes, 2 or 3 drops at a time, probably 2 to 3 times a day, and the floaters just stayed away.
So you had you had your eyesight back at that time?
Yeah.
Great. So it's a matter of being consistent and doing it frequently, attacking it frequently, every 20 minutes instead of like every twice a day or something like that. You're really going after it.
Yeah, 2 or 3 drops in each eye. Even if the other eye doesn't seem like it's as infected, it's important to do it in both eyes because these organisms, they're alive.
Right.
They're going to hop back and forth if given the opportunity. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else you'd like to share before we open up the lines for people to ask questions?
No, just I want you to know that if you do keep at it, any vision loss, like anything that's occurring as far as you not being able to see, that will go away if you keep at it. It's not like a permanent thing. My doctors did tell me I was going to be permanently blind 5 or 6 times in both my eyes, and if you keep washing and you keep using the colloidal silver, it will come back. Don't panic.
Great. Thank you. Okay, Chris, you can open up some lines one at a time. We'll get some questions. Colloidal silver is one of the things that you can do. That's what Megan did. Some people do use an eye wash cup, use a drop of the concentrated nature's gift with saline water, and wash your eyes every 20 minutes as well. That's another approach. There are several other approaches in the book in Chapter 6. Do you have a question?
That's me, Chris. How you doing, Rich?
Okay.
What was I going to say? I've had them I've had them in my life where it's really, when it gets in your eyes, for me, it actually jumped out of my eyes at one time. It was like a black speck, and it hurt. So I use the brooding soap in my eyes as well, and that helps out big time for me. That's a really helpful thing. And like Megan was saying, the soap and washing soap every so often, that helps. I mean, for me that's what helps me. That's
great.
All I got to say, right?
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Open up another line, please.
Hi, I do have a question. I'm new to this program. My concern is I feel like I get these spores coming out of my eyes, and I deal with working with people all day long. And my thing is, I'm so sick, and I just figured all of this stuff out. I've been sick for the past 2 years when I came back from Mexico. Now I'm at the point where I just want to end my career because I don't want to get other people sick.
Okay, Maria, you're brand new to the program?
I am.
Okay, great. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Getting Your Life Back. Now, how have you read the book?
I just received the book a couple of days ago.
Okay.
The gentleman that I was looking online, and I just went into Google, feeling like biting and crawling under my skin, and your website came up, How to Get Your Life Back, and I spoke to this wonderful gentleman. I believe it was Chris, and he was just so amazing, and he was so patient.
He is wonderful. He is wonderful.
Oh,
have you started?
His phone number for me to call.
Have you started the diet?
I just got this book, and I know on my own there were certain things that activated this pathogen, and it was soy, anything with soy, anything with dairy, any red meats. I can eat chicken and turkey, but red meats were feeding this pathogen, and anything with gluten. So I eliminated these things out of my diet. Now I own a business, and I'm also a mind-body connection. I love yoga, and I've done some spiritual blogs. And in doing these spiritual blogs, I've done a lot of research myself, and I went into Tesla's teachings of frequency and light. And I had bought in this high-frequency device that has a blue light wand. And I noticed that when I was getting the biting and the crawling in my body, when I would put that on my skin, it would almost like zap them. Mm-hmm. And then I'd go to the bathroom and I'd see it in the urine, or I'd see like fibers.
Well,
and I don't know if that was a way.
Then,
go ahead,
well, anything that you do that has that effect is well on the right way. And I can say this: get that diet started. Many people have claimed it alone is a cure. It's not, though, but it alone is very powerful. Strange thing is, yes, soy is not on the diet, and but red meat is for some reason or other. But then the diet is a guide, and so it's possible. I mean, coffee is on the diet, but some people can't have coffee. Eggs are on the diet, but occasionally a person can't have eggs. So
I thought the eggs would feed the pathogen. I thought maybe perhaps the eggs, when I would eat eggs, I would feel the crawling feeling. And then I said, I wonder if eggs is something that I should stay away from.
Well, it depends on how you make your eggs. Do you make your eggs with butter, or do you make your eggs with some kind of oil?
It would be more of a margarine, yes.
All right, well, that's it. Margarine is not on the diet. Margarine feeds these things. So when you read the diet, you'll see that there are only you can only have real butter, no blends, no margarine, no substitutes. You can have lard, you can have fat, animal fat, and you can have rice bran oil. Those are the only oils that are allowed, and anything else will feed them. So get that diet. Yes, get that diet started yesterday, and I think in the Q&A period we have a lady going to be asking about the antipsychotics that are, and I'm going to tie in the connection between antipsychotics and having the diet kick in. So I'll tie that in later on. So yes, and did you want to ask another question about eyes?
As far as working with people, and I know that sometimes I can deal with the crawling and the biting and stuff like that, and you almost feel like that they're multiplying, like there's this inside your skin, like this vibrational thing, that they're actually eggs that they're making inside your body. When it crawls into my brain, I have a very, very difficult time, and that's when it causes a lot of anxiety, depression, and then I feel like I want to remove myself from society. My question to you is, these spores that I get coming out of my eyes, and even when I speak, is that going to cause me to give that to other people?
Well, right now, until you get started on that diet, you are, and everybody else on this program, until you start that diet, you are a walking, talking, breathing parasite machine.
Okay.
No two ways about it. That's what you are. I don't know what it is about the diet, but the diet has some impact that turns that all around, cleans them out of your body somehow. I don't know exactly how. There's no theory to this diet. It's just a matter of keeping a journal. Megan will share with you that as she shared in a previous YouTube video, she couldn't see. She was blind. She couldn't read the book. And she figured the diet out herself. Same trial and error I did, basically. So so you're a walking, talking, breathing machine. So start the diet yesterday. In the Q&A period, we'll be talking about things you can do to kick it in. If it's difficult getting it to kick in, many people, it works right away. Before I do go on, because we're getting into some recommendations here, I need to inform everybody that the FDA requires me to inform you that Megan, me, Ethel, Robin, all of us, Chris, Anna, we are not medical doctors, and that before you start the King Diet or accept any of our recommendations, you thoroughly discuss them with your medical doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA also requires me to inform you that we're not educated or qualified to diagnose, treat, mitigate, or cure any disease. The only thing we're here to do is to educate you. Educate you on how to clean them out of your body with the King Diet, how to clean them out of your skin with cleaning products and bathing and getting them out of your skin and cleaning them out of your environment. You get those three things done, you are on cloud nine. And then build health and immune functioning with targeted supplements. That's what we're allowed to do. Did you want to ask anything else, Maria, about eyes before we go to the next person?
Yes, actually, it's actually not to do with eyes, but I was on a segment with the Morgellons.
Okay, let's keep that question for the Q&A. Let's keep this segment just for eyes. Okay.
And this was obtaining to help with the eyes. It was called undecellinic acid. I believe it was supplements that would help.
Oh, there are probably dozens of supplements out there. I don't have any personal experience with them.
Okay.
What happens, people? I mean, it might be that you might have used it and then it improved and then you tell me about it, but if you're just asking me about it, I don't know anything about it. Megan, do you know anything about a supplement?
Not as far as the eyes go, no.
No, okay.
No, okay.
The idea is clean them out of your eyes. Clean them out. Okay. Who is next in the queue? Chris, thank you.
I've had this for probably going on 7 years now. And in the beginning, I did have a lot of problems with my eyes. I would look at a clock, and what I could see one day, I couldn't. It was all blurry the next. I have long hair. I started putting my hair up, and no makeup whatsoever. And slowly, I didn't really lose any sight. Everything got a little blurry, so it was just deteriorating. But that did improve. So there is hope on that subject.
Great. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Anyone else on eyes?
Okay. Thank you. So talking about eyes, I also questioned about nasal cavities and ears. I tend to get fibers in my nasal cavities. Can you use the same debriding soap, or what can you use inside your nose, your nasal cavities, and your ears?
Well, actually, we have ear drops that you can use. You can saturate cotton balls with them and put them into your ears. You can saturate the cotton balls and put them up your nose and keep them there. The idea is to keep the solution in contact with the affected skin or mucosa as long as you possibly can.
What is the solution? I have a number of different solutions that I've ordered from you. What would be the one that you would be using in your nose?
You could use the basic body wipe. Dilute the concentrate 1 to 64. That's the 100% concentrate to 64 parts of water.
Let me see. I don't know if I have the wipe. I have the.
Well, you have the concentrate, right?
I have the Super MSM Gel Plus.
All right. How about the Nature's Gift concentrate?
I have the Brightening Soap.
All right.
50%.
Yeah, that's it. Is it the 100% or the 50%?
50%.
All right. So you want to use 32 parts of water to 1 part of the 50% concentrate. Mix that together.
Okay.
So that's 1 ounce to 32 ounces. If you want that large amount, and then you can saturate a cotton ball with that, and you can insert it into your nose or into your ears, and leave it there.
Okay.
And replace it, every several hours, once every 4 or 5 hours, perhaps.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Megan, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that definitely works. Colloidal silver works too. I couldn't keep it, the drops up my nose very long. I'd have to blow my nose within the next couple of minutes, but it gets a lot of them out too. So.
Yeah, you could actually mix the two together, the Nature's Gift and the colloidal silver. We do have colloidal silver in our online store, so you can get it right there. It's a lot less than what you're going to pay in the supermarket or in the health food store.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I just recently was held against my will at a hospital here in New York. I've been going in to have them look at my eyes through ophthalmology, and I had an appointment on Monday last week, and after the doctor looked in, I was in the ER the night before and the day before that as well. They gave me the 8:30 appointment for Monday, and that Monday is when I went in and saw ophthalmology. The doctor stated that she saw a new bruise in my eye.
She saw what?
I explained a new bruise, like she said a bruise in my eye.
Your eye was
yes,
bruised. Okay.
I know that it's from these things in my eyes because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning from a stabbing sensation. It was just excruciating pain. And I took some leave. Yes, I took some leave for it, and because I knew I had the appointment in a couple of hours. But to my surprise, when I went to that appointment, being that they had checked my eyes the night before in the ER, when I went to that appointment on Monday, the doctor said that she saw a new bruise in my left eye that wasn't there the day before. And they started saying that I was doing it to myself.
Yeah.
And they held me against my will and injected me with something and then drugged me up with antipsychotic medication. I just got out the hospital on Friday, and I'm still suffering with my eyes. All the medications that they had given me while I was in the hospital are not working. They gave me some artificial tears, a solution of I guess antibiotic ointment to rub on the outside of my eye, and a solution to drops to put inside of my eye, which weren't working at all. And I got out on Friday. After they had drugged me up, it was only then that they were interested in doing a CT scan. I had been begging them to do one or MRI for months now. Then they had no interest in doing it up until they drugged me. I denied any further care from them. I did not do the CT scan because they're saying that I'm crazy and I'm doing all of this to myself. They diagnosed me with chemical conjunctivitis. They told me that I'm at risk right now for going blind in my right eye. My right eye looks weird. It looks fake. It looks like a glass eye. I guess whatever film that you naturally have in your eyes for protection, mine is completely gone. And I'm just at my wit's end with this. I don't know what to do to get better. No doctors are listening to me. They're telling me pretty much that I'm delusional. And anytime I try to explain what's going on with my eyes and these things that would jump out from time to time, they're saying that pretty much I'm crazy and I've been doing it to myself. So that was their reason for locking me up in the hospital for a week. It was to observe me. And when I got out the hospital on Friday, I went back to doing what I know that helps me, what actually works. I don't know if anyone else has ever tried diatomaceous earth. But diatomaceous earth has helped me greatly with this experience. Okay, diatomaceous earth. For those who aren't familiar with it, I noticed that when I feel these things come out, I put it everywhere, all over me, and it helps. When it comes to my eyes, I would put a little on my eyelid, and the longer it sits, the better. About 20 minutes in, it seems to disable whatever.
Excuse me, you don't have either the colloidal silver or the Nature's Gift products yet, do you?
No, I had no idea that would be something that could help me. I've been using diatomaceous earth.
No, diatomaceous earth is part of our protocol. It's
I didn't know that.
It's not a secret. In fact, when you complete the questionnaire, there is a questionnaire that you can complete and send it in. If you don't have it, you can email me, return any email to me, and ask for the questionnaire, and I'll send it back. You can complete it. But diatomaceous earth is a very important part of what we do. It's inexpensive, and it's very powerful stuff. You can use it environmentally. You can consume it, the food grade. You can consume it.
Yes.
Now, what you first of all want to do is get on the diet, because really nothing that you do is going to be more than a Band-Aid. Once you get on the diet, once you get on the diet, you'll have an opportunity to make progress. But until you're on the diet, as I said before, you are a walking, talking, breathing parasite machine. So,
well, I didn't even know that I was contagious because I found a doctor, finally, that takes what I'm saying and experiencing seriously. He was the one who just told me about, is it Morgellons or Morgellons?
Morgellons, it's pronounced. Morgellons.
Okay. He was the one who told me about it. He officially diagnosed me, and everything that I saw, I can put a check mark beside the symptoms. So, unfortunately, while I was in the hospital, he was away on vacation. And I am still waiting for him to get back because he was the one who told me about support groups and others that take it very seriously. I registered with a Lyme disease foundation that he had given me. And through that foundation, they have doctors that take the illness seriously. And I have been getting with my insurance to be able to see this doctor, but I have to wait till Monday.
Okay, well, first of all, the title of my book is How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites. So chronic Lyme is nothing new to us. It's something we deal with every day. It's something that almost killed me 13 years ago. And if you have access to the blog, do you have paper and pencil?
Yes, I want to get the
Okay.
diet today
Paper,
and
here, write this down.
Okay.
Our site is BEST, like Best Man at a Wedding, BEST, B-E-S-T, Best Buy, BEST, B-E-S-T, Morgellons, M-O-R-G-E-L-L-O-N-S, Cure, C-U-R-E, .com.
Okay.
All right?
BestMorgellonsCure.com.
BestMorgellonsCure.com. Now,
Okay.
the last, go back about 2 weeks in the blog. Just go down about 2 weeks. And there's a series of blog posts starting with antibiotics, the value of antibiotics and the dangers of antibiotics. So it's all about Lyme disease. So read those 4 blog posts. They're very informative. They're very powerful. I also have a free report on the site that you can get. It's called Lyme Disease Does Not Have to Own You Anymore, and it doesn't. All right?
Okay.
So it's like I said before, we are allowed to direct you with supplements to improve health and immune functioning. There are
Thank you so much.
There are 4 powerful supplements that are part of what I call the Columbula/Lyme pack. And when you do those 4 supplements along with the diet, oftentimes treatment is unnecessary. But
so
if
are you saying Morgellons actually can be cured?
There is no cure for Morgellons. I have Morgellons. There's no cure for it. I am not bothered by it. You know, it doesn't faze me. I eat anything I want. No big deal. I have no itching, no biting, no lesions, nothing. Okay? I've had Lyme disease. I'm 99.9%. No problem. I've had Columbula. I've had skin fungus. No problem. I'm a walking anomaly. And there are many people like Megan and Robin and Ethel and Anna and other people that have been in the program. These are just the people that are my coaches that I'm familiar with that are free.
Okay.
So you've come to the right place. It's important to read. We have coaching. You can email me questions and I'll answer them.
Okay.
Okay? So start with the diet, and be careful what doctors you go to. The book is full.
Now.
Yeah, the book is full of stories.
I see now, because most of them just. You know what the main issue is when it comes to your eyes. The first thing that they want to do is send you to ophthalmology. I've been dealing with this for 1 year now. I've seen 7 ophthalmologists, and they look under the microscope, and because they're not able to see anything underneath the microscope, therefore you're crazy.
Well, let me correct that. They see things, but they don't know what they are. They don't have anything to reference them to, so they ignore them. They see things, they don't know what they are, they ignore them. They don't see what they're typically looking for.
I keep telling them that these things are alive. They move in my eyelids. Every day I feel them.
That's the last thing you want to tell any doctor.
I see now. I didn't know then, but I get it now. Because,
yes.
I totally get it
so
now.
Let's not let your past define you. Today's a new day. You have new information. You have a new support group. You have people that care about you, and as you heard maybe before, Mary Glenn was sharing that this group is important for her. It's a place to come. It's a place that she feels a part of and contributes to her life.
Yes, and we understand.
Okay. I also, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but with all of this, I recently started smoking marijuana, and I noticed that it's a trigger. Anytime I smoke, that's when they flare out. They come out, and I feel like Pigpen from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, well, marijuana is not on the diet.
I know it's not. I know.
I don't know why it's not. I never tried it, so I don't know. Anyways, thank you for sharing. And you know, it's unfortunate
Wait,
you had.
I have one more question. I'm wanting to know, why is it that some people get it in their eyes and some people don't? Because that's what it seems like.
It's simply because somehow they gained access to your eyes. Like for me, it was from the bath water. It came from the washing my head, and they dribbled down my forehead. So, I mean, if you're in a bathtub or if you're in a shower and you're washing your hair and it's running down, they're going to have access right there, instant.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Anything to add to that, Megan?
Well, Bailey, I just want to tell you that I went through the same exact thing you did. I saw probably 12 ophthalmologists, and they told me I was going to go completely blind for the rest of my life, and there was nothing they could do. They blamed me.
That's what they told me.
Yeah.
They told me I was at risk.
What did you say, Megan? They blamed what?
They blamed me, you know, held me against my will, put me in the psych ward over it, and I understand, and it's so painful, and it can make you so angry when someone blames you.
Yes, when you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get your hurt. One of our goals here is to be a place where you can bring the frustration, the aggravation, depression, the upset, these energies that are hurting you, and convert them to a call to action.
Okay. I appreciate that, because I felt like I had no support. No one, even my friends, my closest friends, when I'm telling them what I'm experiencing, I had a friend not too long ago look at me and tell me that what's in my eyes is dirt. Okay? Dirt.
I'm sorry. Sorry for laughing.
Yeah, dirt. Okay? They don't know how serious this thing is.
No, they don't.
And the more I'm telling them, it's like, because she's always seeing me messing with my eyes, and I hate when they want to tell me, oh, don't touch your eye, or like I want to touch my eye. I feel something crawling on it or trying to stab me in my eye. That's when I will do what I do with my fingers, trying to remove it or prevent it from going in my eye.
Yes.
You know, it is so frustrating. She's going to tell me that, oh, she thinks it's dirt.
So from now on, you're going to take that old coat off of being manipulated, and you're putting the new coat on, and with this program, and taking action that's going to work.
And one more thing, my doctor, the one that told me about Morgellons, diagnosed me, he just took a line test from me. He said it takes about 4 weeks to get back. This was about a week ago. And I'm wondering, does everyone develop Lyme, like, with this thing, or?
Well, yes. Basically, the research says that at least 90% of us who have Morgellons have Lyme disease. Getting a test is usually a waste of time, waste of money. There are very many false negatives, false positives. The thing is, you do the 4 supplements, whether you have Lyme disease or whether you don't have Lyme disease. Those are necessary 4 supplements. In fact, most likely, if everybody on this planet were doing those 4 supplements, they'd probably never get Lyme disease. Probably.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. And does a CT scan help at all with trying to prove this thing, or?
No, forget it. Forget it. No CT scan, no MRI. There are no tests available. No test available. Wow. The only medical test available for any skin parasites is for Strongyloides cervicalis, which I also happen to have. I had them all. All right.
What was the name of it? You said it's
Strongyloides cervicalis. It's denoted by rashes around your buttocks, hives in your anus, loss of weight, constipation, and diarrhea, coughing. There are 7 symptoms. There's 5 of them typical. So fill out the questionnaire. Those questions are there. If you check off the questions, then I'll tell you where to go and what to do about it.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anybody else about eyes, Chris?
Hello. Thank you so much for letting me talk. First
Sure.
of all, I
Welcome.
just wanted to say, the lady that was just on the phone, I am so sorry to hear that stuff like that is happening. And maybe this is the reason why I don't go to the doctors, because they're telling me I'm delusional as well. So, because nobody really knows about it. And honestly, sometimes I never really realize it, because I thought, oh, maybe I just got bitten, maybe it's just like a spider bite or a tick bite or, a mosquito bite. You always give yourself excuses without realizing exactly what it is. But then when it's somewhere where there's no way you're going to get bitten by something, you're inside the house, but you're still feeling that crawling sensation, and you're feeling the little black, like, seeds coming out of your body when you try to, pop it or whatever. It's like, what the hell is this, And then sometimes, as I said earlier, what I started feeling lately is like something is flying into my eyes, like into my eyelashes. And it feels like either they're flying in or they're jumping, and sometimes, like, I may take a breath and they'll go up my nose, and I'll try to like stop the breath before it goes inside my nose, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It feels like, I think at one point I told my kids, I said, I think maybe we have dust. Maybe those are dust mites, I don't know what it is, but it's just something that I cannot explain. And I've noticed that, every time it sits there, it becomes like, if I don't touch the bite and just let it sit there, it's going to become really big and red. So when I open it, it leaves a mark, and that mark stays there. It doesn't go away. And I'm getting so like disgusted and so tired of it.
Does it turn into like a bruise? Is it you get a bite? It's like a bruise.
It's like a little bruise, but then when it dries out, it has like a skin around it.
Right. It looks like
it
looks like a purple bruise that you see on elderly people oftentimes. Right. Yeah. That's a pretty good indication that kind of fibers are going to grow from that, and it's and ulcerate and have fibers, and a start of Morgellons is what that is. Do you have the debriding soap? Are you on the diet? Have you gotten into the program?
I have not gotten into the program. I actually just came across it not too long ago, but I've got so many health issues going on where I kind of just like let it go. But now at the point where I'm like, this has got to stop, because now it's interfering with the way I live. I feel like I started, because I'm a very outgoing person. So now I'm always thinking, if I go to my friend's house, will I, infect them? Or if I go somewhere, will it, like, if, in front of a person, if it's something jumps in my eye, and then I got to go take it out because it's biting you in the corner of your eye.
Right.
And you feel them, and it's just crazy, like, they feel like crust, but they're not. They're seeds. And I don't know how to even understand where they're all coming from.
Robin
that's what my question is.
Robin often shares that with her, it seems that they go for her eyes right away first. I don't know why, but they are like mites. Vectors, you have most likely an infestation of some kind of mite, and it's a carrier of the Morgellons organism. And it as soon as it hits you, it has a bite. It turns into somewhat of a purplish, bruise-looking thing, and if left alone, it'll ulcerate and get big and grow. Typically, they're no big deal. If you have the Nature's Gift handy, you can just apply a little bit of that every couple hours, and within 2 days, they're completely gone. and you don't even feel them.
Oh, okay.
But you need to be on the diet. The diet is critical. And then you need to go after the environment. So these ones that you're dealing with are airborne. Britannica says there are over 40,000 different species. The typical species of mites that affect most of us are like bird mites. By the way, they don't fly, they only crawl. But rat mites, no-see-ums, the red mite, these typical kinds of mites. But the ones that you're having, I don't know what the identity is. It doesn't matter. But the if it's affordable, the electrostatic sprayer is on sale now. And when you use the electrostatic sprayer and you spray your area, you can disinfect an entire room that's like 30 feet long by 14 feet wide in less than 30 seconds. It gets in the air, and anything that's in the air or it touches, it's going to neutralize it, get rid of it.
Wow, okay.
That's how. Otherwise, you could use a spray bottle and spray ammonia everywhere. That stuff stinks. Someone had written me about hypochlorous acid. I have to look into that. That might be another alternative to ammonia. So there are disinfectants in the store. There's a.
What about like Lysol? I've been trying to like Lysol everything, but you want
to piss them off? Use Lysol. They'll go after you like you. They'll get you. I mean, go after them with Lysol, and they're going to destroy you.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're going to go nuts.
Crazy because they're like, you feel them on your skin, and it's just like,
Lysol
you rub your hand, and it's like.
Not even a Band-Aid. Not even a Band-Aid. Okay, so forget Lysol. Forget So you want a serious disinfectants. We have a whole section in our store. You don't have to buy it. No, anybody on this call, please don't get the opinion that I'm here just to sell the stuff I got on my store. We have phenomenal products, okay? But you can find other things out there. You just do research and find things that work. I mean, I got my life back from skin parasites before I had Nature's Gift. What I had to do, scalding baths 3 times a day. Scalding is the only way. With Nature's Gift, you don't have to sit in a scalding tub like I had. So you can get your life back without any of our products. This is my...
Is there anything... I'm sorry. Is there anything like... is there something that you can take internally to internally neutralize them or kill them? Like, because it feels like they're coming out of your skin. You can sit on a chair, and then when you get up, it's like sand. Yeah.
First of all, the diet. The diet is important. Disinfect. Do the bathing. Those 3 things. If they're in your eyes, the things that Megan were talking about earlier, using the Nature's Gift or the colloidal silver, and there's some other things in the book, do that. Now, as far as supplements go, we have targeted supplements that boost glutathione, that we have the natural antibiotic. According to Wikipedia, acillin is a natural antibiotic, antiviral, antiprotozoan. It's phenomenal. So we have everything you need internally. If you are also dealing with fungal issues. Now, people say, I've seen many people say on YouTube, Morgellons is a fungal organism. Bullshit. It's not. 90% of the people who have Morgellons might have fungal issues, but it is not a fungal organism. Okay? Definitely.
Yeah, no, not much of fungal, but it's more like,
whatever the thing is in our store, we have what's targeted. So if mites, we have things for mites. So that's what you do. You read the book. People who get their lives back read that book maybe 5, 6, 8 times. They put Post-its in it with notes because you know why? We all got brain fog. You read a page.
Yeah.
What did I read? You got to go back 3 times. So the more you read it, the more you write, the quicker you learn. So they constantly refer to it. It's like an encyclopedia. I had a lady share, I bought Dr. Saverly's book, but I didn't learn anything from that book. I bought your book, and it's got everything in it. Well, it does. It's got everything. It's got mites, columbella. It's got Strongyloides cervicalis. It's got skin fungus. It's got everything in it and how to deal with it.
Okay, I'll have to read it.
So is the protocol. So read the book, start the diet, do to get your life back. It's 4 things you need to do. Diet, number 1. Disinfection of your environment, number 2. Cleaning your skin, number 3. And targeted supplements, if they're affordable, will contribute to you getting your life back all that much faster.
May I ask you one more question about the eyes?
Sure.
Can you tell me, like, so when that all started, I want to say probably maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and significantly my eyesight started going down as well. I started wearing glasses.
Hello?
Oh, I think I got disconnected. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Everything went
okay.
dead all of a sudden.
Yeah. So what I was saying is it feels like I have a film over my eye, and so it's making my eyesight blurry.
Biofilm.
No way for me to see. Yeah.
Biofilm.
So is that from that?
Biofilm is created through these mechanisms. Create biofilm. Everybody with Morgellons, to some degree, is dealing with biofilm. Everybody with Lyme disease, and 90% of us are dealing with Lyme disease, have biofilm. So it's not uncommon to have biofilm involved. There is a targeted supplement that we have. It's called the chitinase enzymes that go after biofilm. It's the best enzyme in the world, and also goes after fungal organisms. So it's a twofold enzyme that you might want to look into. But again, cleaning your eyes with either the Nature's Gift and saline water and bathing them, or colloidal silver drops, or alternating them, or whatever, will help dissolve that biofilm as well. Clean it out.
Okay, perfect. I will go ahead and take care of that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Anything to add to that, Megan?
I just want to remind you and everyone else listening, when you are in the shower or the bath, don't get the water in your eyes. Don't get the water from your hair or your scalp in your eyes. What you can do is use like a damp rag or a cloth and place it over your entire face whenever you rinse your hair, and that will prevent more of them and more biofilm from getting into your eyes.
That's a fantastic tip. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. Great.
What about sea salt? Do you know anything about sea salt?
Sea salt?
Yeah, it's a soap. Sea salt soap. That's what I've been
I don't
using
know.
on my face, and it looks like it's been helping me a little bit.
Use ours. It's got Nature's Gift in it. We have the best soap in the world. There's nothing compares to our soap.
Okay, I'll take a look at it in your soap.
Yeah, we have.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else, Chris?
Okay, yeah, I'm here. Well, my name's David Sitar. I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin, and well, I don't know. There's so much of a question, or like, so one day, when these things exploded off the top of my head and started crawling down me everywhere, it's when I realized I've had Morgellons, along probably with 5 or 6 other parasites, have them in my eyes, come out my hair. They were actually causing me so much back pain, it had me bedridden, and like every knot that I thought was a knot in my back turned out to be like a stack of bugs that exploded while they were getting massaged or worked out. And what's been happening to me though since scared me is that liquids have been now just coming out of my legs, just like large amounts, enough to fill bottles or to make the toilet flush twice. And they were saying, the doctors were saying something about, or I read an article about them living in your lymph nodes. And I'm just wondering, like, if there's any, like, how much danger am I in with it being that severe? Because in my theory, I've lived with this for like 30 years with no treatment. Problems I've had since I was a kid, like the rash on my feet and the bumps, and the doctors never knew what it was, and so I've had acne my whole life, and then one day they just started crawling away.
So what is your question? My mic was going in and out. I didn't get your actual question.
They come out of my legs, by massive amounts of like liquid. It's almost like pouring out, like if you're
All
pouring
right.
out a 2-liter bottle.
Do you have any symptoms of itching or biting?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so, well, have you started the diet?
No, I have not started the
Okay.
diet. Or,
Well, you've come to the right place. Now we need to put things into action. So the first thing is to read the book. Read chapter 4, which is all about the diet. Tells you how to use the diet, what it's about. Gives you 3 stages in the diet. Stage 1 is the most stringent. Keep a diary. In our question and answer period coming up shortly, we'll get into if the idea is to make the diet work. Then do the bathing. Like I said, you can bathe in scalding hot water like I did with Epsom salt, or you can use our product, Nature's Gift debriding soap, and use that to extract them from your body. Disinfect your surroundings. I was able to do it with inexpensive ammonia, spraying everything, furniture, automobile, everything with ammonia, that bedding, washing the bedding with ammonia and everything, and clothing, disinfect everything. And then look at the targeted supplements that are also part of the recommendations. So the program, that's up for you. And you'll start noticing results. The bathing with the Nature's Gift in the bathtub for 45 minutes, and you should start getting your legs cleaned out within probably a week or 2.
Well, I know my body is like completely overrun. But to me, the outside layers of my skin aren't even touching the inside layers of my skin. There's been packs that have released out of me enough to fill up a vacuum cleaner.
Well, are you able to take a bath?
Oh yeah, I'm still able to move.
All right. Bottom line is, basically everybody on this call will say the same thing you just told me. You've lost layers and layers of skin. They're all over you. They're inside you. They're outside you. You're a walking, talking, breathing parasite machine. That's what that means.
Yeah.
You're itching head to toe, biting sensations, burning sensations. This is all part of it. It's consuming your life. This is where everybody comes to this program. This is where they start. Probably no better than you are.
Yeah, because I've noticed, because I've been expelling them for a while, and it was like the more layers I went down, the bigger they got.
Right.
And now
so
I feel like I got down to the
you're like an onion, and your goal, your job is to read the book, get the diet started, and get on the program. That's your job. I can tell you about it, but it's up to you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
The more you clean them on your skin, the more it's going to come out too. So keep that in mind. You will get better faster. Every day that goes by, you'll get better faster. So it doesn't matter how sick you are, you can get better. So if you're worried about that, don't be. I had those muscle knots too in my back and stuff, so I know what you're talking about. They'll come off.
All right, so let's conclude this portion of the program, and then we'll go into the Q&A.